Our strategies to include all students in science content were based from the National Science Teachers Association, where we focused on 6 principles. I focused on 2 of those principles, the first one being Principle 1, that states that learning is enhanced when teachers recognize and teach to diverse learning styles and strengths, and Principle 5, which states that learning is improved when teachers provide consistent feedback. And that talks about how we can do that through having multiple assessments and multiple chances of conversations and communication where teachers can be constantly engaged with children instead of focusing on rote memorization and a large unit assessment at the end. My strategy that I want to give to you, it comes from my Moon unit, where I included word winners. And the reason why I included word winners is because vocabulary is a much needed resource for students coming into science, especially science, where there's such a wide range of children coming in that have no knowledge or background knowledge about the content, and some students who have a lot of knowledge about the content. So Word Winners comes from a research-based strategy called Word Wizards, which focuses on really enhancing vocabulary and meaning of vocabulary. It keeps children engaged. It keeps them focusing on how to find those words and what the meaning of those words are. And Word Winners that we adapted to this unit, we build a word wall in the class, and then students are able to take turns and give their have their chance to shine and feel positive about their learning by building the wall and then having multiple chances of using those words and marking off when they've been able to use those words. It has given a chance for me to give consistent feedback, which was part of Principle 5, where if there were any misconceptions as the child was trying to describe one of the words, then I could fix it right then, and then we could go over what the word really means or give examples. If a lot of students were having a lot of trouble with the words, I could include those words in a demonstration. For instance, waxing and waning. Those were pretty tricky words to understand, how waxing meant growing and waning meant shrinking. So we did a couple experiments with light and having it shrink and having the students say waning, and then having it grow and having the students say waxing. And we did fun games like that that we could incorporate after I got a feel of what kinds of words they were struggling on. It really gave me a chance to work one-on-one, because there were multiple times during the day that these students could come to me and either use the words or tell me about new words that they read in books. And it was really fun and engaging. There were many times that we were able to have the students turn and talk while someone might have mentioned a new word. The tables could turn and talk, and they could try to as a table come up with what they thought the meaning of that word might be. So there were fun games that I was able to incorporate all throughout. And vocabulary is highly important, and I recommend this for really any unit of study where vocabulary is really needed before you can get started on your lesson. Because if children don't have that solid base or foundation from just vocabulary, then it's really hard to move forward and build that deeper knowledge.